Wow. A David Lynch film produced by Disney? Consider me intrigued. The Straight Story is the eighth film from director David Lynch and stars Richard Farnsworth and Sissy Spacek, and is the story of Alvin Straight, a World War II veteran whose brother has had a stroke, and now he wants to reconnect with his brother by traveling from Iowa to Wisconsin. However, Alvin himself is going blind and doesn't have a license, and so he takes to the road using a John Deere lawnmower and rides his way to find his brother. This is one of David Lynch's films I was most interested in and seeing because it's so different from anything he'd done in the past. This is a very simple film, unlike his other works, and is a much more human story and very down to earth. It might be because it's a Disney film, but no, there are some really deep concepts in this film that are tackled very maturely, but it's something that the entire family can enjoy. This is a very good film and very inspirational, and Richard Farnsworth gives one of the best performances I've ever seen from an actor ever. He's incredible in this film as Alvin Straight, and so likable and so charismatic and just so lovable. You feel that the real Alvin Straight has appeared on screen. He's that convincing in the role. But he's not the only one. Sissy Spacek in the film plays his daughter Rose, who has a mental handicap, and she does an incredible job, and she's very convincing, and she too is just so lovable and likable in this role. She's so innocent and just, gosh, you just love her, and you love everybody in this film. Everybody is so likable. There's not a person in this film that you hate. That's what this film is not about. This film is not about hate. This is about redemption, love, kindness, and just understanding people and getting to know them. And it's also a road trip movie. The majority of the film is spent on the road as Alvin makes his way towards Wisconsin to find his brother. And on the way, he meets with different people, whether on the side of the road or in town, and they all leave a big impression on you. And it's during these scenes that we get some insight into who Alvin is as a character. We understand a little bit of his past. We get to know what it was like in World War II for him. We get to learn about his family life. And it's small little nuggets like these that are really great, but we also get to know about the people he meets too, which is also really great. I love the one scene in particular with a young girl who's a hitchhiker who's also pregnant and has ran away from her family. They have a really great conversation together, and it's just really magical seeing them together. As well as Alvin has a conversation with a man that was in World War II, and they discuss things about the war, and it's very sad, and the conversation just feels so wrought with emotion that you can get caught up in the emotion as well. And that's what I love about this film, because David Lynch is always good about getting very raw emotions out of his actors, and I think he's mastered it here. Everyone gives an emotion-filled performance that is just perfect. This film has not a flaw in its body, I would say. The only flaw that I could say, and it would be very nitpicky, is that it is a slow burn. But that's not a problem. That's what the film is. It's a slow burn. And I just love rooting for this guy. Alvin is such a great character, and his story is so interesting. It's an odyssey. And it's crazy that, something so simple could make a just excellent story here. What Mary Sweeney has done, the writer, is fantastic. And David Lynch has crafted something that is really special and I think one of the best things in his filmography. It's very much the oddball out of his filmography because it's so different from everything else he's done before. This is a very good film with great performances, and the last 5 minutes of the film is wrought with so much emotions that I couldn't help but shed tears while I was watching the film. It was that powerful. And the ending itself is so simple. And that's what the movie overall is. It's very simple. And that's not a problem against the film. That is what the film is. It's very simple. It's a straight story. It's a straight story, to make a pun, really bad pun, but it is. It's very good, and David Lynch should be really proud of this film because it's one of his best. So, guys, with all that said, I'm going to give The Straight Story a 9 out of 10. Guys, I say watch this film. This is definitely one of David Lynch's films that is very easy to get into. It's not complex like any of his other films. This is a good sit-down family movie. In fact, I would say watch this with your family because it's really good and very inspiring. Alvin Straight's story is very interesting and inspiring, and it's a very underrated Disney film that I think needs to be recognized more because it's really something special. Anyway, guys, that's all I got to say about that, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review.